Hello friends, in this video we will discuss some important articles from PIB site. These articles were published on 10th January 2018. These articles are relevant for our RBI as well as NABARD grade B exams. These articles have been selected keeping in mind the syllabus of these two examinations. So let us discuss these articles in detail now. The first topic is that FDI policy has been further liberalized in certain key sectors. FDI is a major driver of economic growth and is a source of non-debt finance for economic development of any country. Government has put in place an investor-friendly FDI policy under which up to 100% FDI is permitted under automatic route in most of the sectors, and time and again government has taken a number of reforms in the FDI policy to improve upon the loopholes and bring in more and more investments into the country. In the financial year 2016 and 17, the total FDI in the country was 60.08 billion USD, and this was the all-time high in the country in all the past years. The government intends to further liberalize and simplify the FDI policy so as to improve the ease of doing business in the country. In turn, it will lead to greater FDI inflows, contributing towards the growth of investments, income, employment generation, as well as technology transfer into the country. So currently or very recently the government has introduced a number of changes. The first one is that 100% FDI under automatic route has been permitted for single brand retail trading. Single brand retail trading means where a business sells goods to individual customers and not to other businesses, and such goods are sold under the same brand name. For example, we can say that there are exclusive Nike stores. Such stores only sell the Nike products only and directly to the end consumers, not to any businesses, or they don't do any kind of wholesale business. So in those particular category, this particular category of single brand retail trading, 100% FDI has been introduced, which was earlier only 49%, and beyond 49% government approval was required, but now up to 100% it is to be done via automatic route. The second change has been that again 100% FDI has been provided under automatic route in construction development sector like townships, housing, built up infrastructures and other real estate services. Also, it has been decided that real estate broking services doesn't amount to real estate business, and therefore those are not eligible for 100% FDI under automatic route. Pardon, this is eligible for 100% FDI under automatic route. Similarly, the third change has been done into the airline sectors. The foreign airlines are allowed to invest up to 49% under approval route, that is government approval route, into Air India. The FDI was allowed by the foreign airlines in the country, but it was not allowed in the Air India particularly. By this amendment or this change, the Air India has been allowed to invite FDI by the foreign airlines. However, there are certain conditions being provided which are to be fulfilled in order to receive such kind of investment. The first one is that the foreign investments in Air India, including that of foreign airlines, shall not exceed 49% either directly or indirectly. And the second condition is that the substantial ownership as well as effective control of Air India shall continue to be vested in the Indian national. Therefore, the overall control of Air India is to be done by the India only, and it is not to be transferred towards any foreign entity. So this is the main essential condition for this investment. Next is financial institutions and portfolios are allowed to invest in power exchanges through primary market. Earlier it was only it could be only done via secondary market, but now it has been provided that primary market can also be utilized for the FDIs. The next is the definition of medical devices has been amended in FDI policy. Earlier there was a reference to a Drugs and Cosmetics Act, which has been eliminated via this particular amendment by the government. So now the medical devices, for the definition of medical devices, the definition given in only FDI policy will be considered, and no reference will be taken from the Drugs and Cosmetics Act. Similarly, there has been another amendment that prohibition of restrictive conditions regarding audit firms has been done. The present policy was that FDI policy doesn't have any kind of provision in respect of specification of auditors that can be appointed by the Indian investee company that is receiving the foreign investments. But just recently it has been decided that in the FDI policy itself, wherever the foreign investor wishes to specify a particular auditor or any auditor firm having international network for the Indian investee company, then the audit of such investee companies should be carried out as a joint audit, wherein one of the auditors should not be part of the same network. Therefore, it is trying to introduce there is no any kind of corruption involved in if the foreign company tries to suggest the auditor itself to audit the company accounts. These are the major changes introduced by the government into the FDI policy in order to liberalize it and bring in more investments and technologies into the country to help the country grow. The next topic is continuation of MP-led scheme. This scheme has been instituted in 1993, and it has been decided by the government to continue this particular scheme beyond the 12th 5-year plan, and it will be continued till the term of 14th Finance Commission, that is till 31st March 2020. This scheme will be continued till this date. This scheme is a central sector scheme that provides that each member of parliament can recommend the works for creation of durable community assets into the areas or local areas in which he chooses to spend the particular amount under this particular scheme. These suggestions are made to the heads of districts or you can say the district collectors, and an amount of rupees 5 crore per year per MP is given allotted under this particular scheme. This amount is being to be spent upon those recommended durable community assets creation works. These recommendations are based on locally felt needs by the public, which can approach the nearby MPs so that he can suggest those kind of works to the DC so that he can implement those works utilizing these funds, and in order to ultimately help the public to get those durable community assets available for their uses. The Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation has been looking into its working, and a number of conditions has been set that elected members of Rajya Sabha, which represent the whole state, they can select one or more districts as they may choose for the implementation of this particular scheme. Similarly, nominated members can also from Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha, they may also select one or more districts anywhere in the country. However, for the MPs, elected MPs in Lok Sabha, their own particular constituencies, the works are to be done in those particular constituencies, and they suggest for the development of their local areas. Under the scheme, the funds are directly released to the nodal district authorities for implementation of the scheme, and these are sanctioned as per the recommendations made by the local MP. The entire population across the country gets benefit of this particular scheme by creation of durable assets that are basically made after locally felt needs, and are then contributed by the government, by the public, by planning or planning phase of the scheme implementation. A number of works can be taken under this particular scheme, for example, creating facilities of drinking water, education, public health, sanitation, roads, wells, etc. under this particular scheme. So this was all for 10th January 2018 PIB summary. For more videos, you can visit www.edutab.co.in. Thank you and happy learning.